Hello, Epic Horror fans and Epic Horror fan subscribers out there. I'm Spider Jack Angel, and today I'm going to show you off my foreign horror collection, starting with my DVD collection because I have more DVDs of foreign horror than I do Blu-rays, due to the fact that a lot of foreign horror films haven't really made their way to Blu-rays yet. And basically, these are just all my films that have to do with foreign horror in my DVD collection, and I'll show you off my Blu-ray collection. Now, start off with actually an anthology is Three Extremes. Very good horror film. Definitely something you should check out, and I'd recommend this film actually to anybody that likes anthology films. Uh, all three stories are really good. My only complaint is the fact that the last story box was slightly confusing, but still relatively good. Next up is the Norwegian foreign horror film Cold Prey. Very good Norwegian horror film. Definitely in the spirits of Friday the 13th meets, yeah, just Friday the 13th. Just for this one, anyway. It's basically Friday the 13th if it was in, you know, a cold environment. And then moving on from that to its sequel, Cold Prey 2, very good, worthy sequel to the first one, actually a lot more better than the first one. And this one is more in the spirit of John Carpenter's original Halloween 2. So if you're a fan of John Carpenter's original Halloween 2, definitely check this film out. It's a very high recommend. Next up is Dead in 3 Days. It's as it's pronounced in, I believe, German, in 3 Tagen Boosty Tot. This was released by Dimension Extreme, as you can see. It's basically the same sort of setup as I Know You Did Last Summer. For those of you that don't know what that setup is, it's basically about a killer that's coming back and killing off the students one by one, and the students have to figure out, what the reason behind it is. A little slow at times, still relatively good though. I mean, it's a slow burner film, so if you're not in the mood for those, I wouldn't recommend checking out. But if you don't mind slow moving films, I would recommend it. It has some pretty good deaths in it. Next up is Death Bell, Bloody Camp. I wish IFC would release the first one, because the first one is the one I would recommend above all. But however, this one is still really good. The only problem with this one in my eyes was the fact that I felt like they went just for the whole splatter aspect of the film rather than basically going with an intelligent storyline like the first one had. And, to each his own. I still think this one's actually pretty good. If they did do a sequel, I would want them to go back and more do it in veins of the first movie. But, you know, to each its own. Still a good movie. Next up is one that I most recently got, The Ghost. Not to be confused with Patrick Swayze's Ghost film with Demi Moore. This one is basically a horror film about a girl whose friends are basically getting, killed off one by one, and she has no recollection of why this might be occurring, and it's somewhat linked to something that maybe happened in her past, but she can't remember past a certain point in her past. So it basically becomes like a horror mystery of her trying to figure out what's going on. It has a very good twist at the end. Definitely recommend it if you like ghost stories. Next up is a movie called Phone. This one is sort of like in the spirit of One Missed Call meets the second Ring movie. The basic setup for this one deals with a journalist who basically has to figure out what's going on with this one little girl that she knows, and basically, for those of you that want to know, the little girl is possessed by a ghost, and that's why, I said it's a little bit like The Ring too, but it delivers a very good storyline in the film. My only complaint is the fact that this movie does jump around a little bit, and at the times where it does jump around, it doesn't really let you know. So if you're not paying 100% attention to it, you may get lost. But still a good film. Definitely recommend. Um, Next up is the movie, that was remade into Quarantine, Wreck. I really like this film. Definitely one of the rare found footage movies I can really enjoy. I really enjoy like the creepy aspect of this film and everything. And actually, I have yet to see Wreck 2, but I really enjoy Wreck 3. I don't understand the hate that it gets. Probably because the fact that, the third one isn't really found footage. The first 15 minutes is found footage, so I think that is half of it. But still, good film. Next up is Witchboard, or as it's entitled in Korea, Bashinzaba. And this one is actually one of the really good ghost story film. It's really good due to the fact that when I watched the first time, I basically saw on YouTube, and originally I didn't know what to think about it because the fact that there was so much hype, on this film, and this film basically made a lot of people's #1 favorite foreign horror film, including like top 25 favorite, and I really wanted to check it out. And when I did, I really liked it. I thought it was actually pretty good. Um, you know, Definitely something you should check out. I will say this DVD does have a layer change. Notice in when it gets near the end, it does pause for a slight second, and I did exchange it for another copy, but it still did the same, but not as badly as it did in that first copy. But just to throw that out there, this is a good film. Definitely something to check out. You know. All right, moving on to my Blu-rays. Now, I don't have that much in Blu-rays, but first one is Audition. Good movie. Without giving too much away, just think of a love story that goes terribly wrong, to sum it up. Next up is the movie Battle Royale. I don't need to say anything about this film. You guys know how I really love this movie, so yeah. And its sequel. I do have to say the sequel is, good. I know it's mixed in some people's eyes, but I still like it. Next up is Mutant Girl Squad. I did a review on this film. I will leave a link down below to that review. Definitely check it out. This is a crazy splatterfest film. And last but not least is another film I did a review to, and I'll leave the link down below for that one as well. Phenomenon. Good film. Although this Blu-ray from Arrow is, I think, out of print right now. I know it's not available on deep discount, and I know that I think Amazon may have a few copies left, but if you guys can get your hands on it, I would really recommend doing so. It's a very good film. So yeah, that's it. I'm Spider Jack Angel with Epic Horror Fans. Thank y'all for watching. I hope everybody's having a great day. Please subscribe. Check out our other guest channels: Sexy Danny 21 Awesome, JT is Reborn, and AJ Punk 15. See y'all later.